And apparently this is a recurring thing. Okay. Because I really love reading the rambling, asinine nonsense of this bear. Mr. Monokuma, do you have a second? I don't really like myself. I don't have any kind of skill or hobby I can't say I'm super good at. My grades are totally average too. Pretty flexible, blah, blah, blah. Decent college, where to make a few friends. Normal girlfriend, which is exactly why I don't like who I am. I understand that now. My life is just one giant copy-paste. I don't have any imagination. I'm perfectly average cardboard cutout.
You see what I mean, right, Mr. Monokuma?
Somebody is having trouble just being a normal person? Okay, you don't have anything else to add to that? You're just gonna... Okay, sure, whatever. I mean, you haven't made any sense up to this point. I can't imagine that you'd actually, just start now.
I wanted to let you know that your e-handbooks have been updated.
Ah, right. Yep, can't loan your ebook. Gotcha. I'm sure that'll come in handy at some point during the next case. Loaning your ebook to another student is strictly prohibited, but right now I need to hurry up and head to breakfast. To the breakfast machine! Alright. Anybody around? Okay. Interesting. I can't seem to move and use... I can't move and move the camera at the same time. Or maybe I can. There's something weird about the controls now. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it bothers me a little. Just a little.
Hey, Makoto.
Morning, Makoto. Good morning. Is everyone here already?
Yo.
Nope. Still waiting on Byakuya and Taka. Byakuya's has no surprise, but it's strange Taka's not here yet. Oh, yeah, actually. I thought you were talking about, glasses, Toko. Man, a lot of similar names up in this place. Knowing Taka, I imagine he is trying to get the King of Tardiness up and out of bed. I'm sure they'll be here soon enough, just be patient.
Let's see.
I don't mind waiting for them, but there is one problem, which is... I am thirsty.
Hey, come on.
How the hell's that a problem? If you may, would you make me some tea? Milk tea, if you please.
Well,
Why me?
let's see.
Your roundish figure reminds me of the owner of the coffee shop I used to frequent. That's your reason?
This is fine.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely a weirdo. Okay. Apparently, unable to refuse Celeste's order, Ifumi skulked away into the kitchen. And a few minutes later, he bounced back onto the scene. Ifumi reappeared with a tray in hand, the gentle aroma growing stronger as he approached. Books, man. Gotta describe everything. You could have made some for the rest of us, you know. I empathetically decline. You're not my type at all. It's all about the law of casuality, basic instinct, act and react. What? I mean, to be fair, I doubt she's anybody's type. Zing! Look, as long as you're throwing insults at people, I'm gonna do the same. That's just how it works in the world. Small smile played across her lips as she held the teacup delicately in her hand. Wait! She cocked her head to the side and threw the cup as hard as she could at the wall. Yep, that's a normal reaction to whatever's going on. What the? Hey, what are you doing? And now he's given her a weird name. I hate this kind of tea. I don't understand.
Yes.
Imagine we are at a coffee shop, just any normal everyday cafe. I sit down and I order some tea. They ask me, would you like lemon or milk? Now further imagine that I replied, yes, I would like milk tea, please. In this case, along with my tea, they may bring me a small container of milk, yes? I honestly have no idea. I've never been to a cafe. But this is not for me. I am among those who prefer the milk to be part of the process from the outset. The fragrance is just so overwhelmingly sweet that way. Adding milk or lemon right before you drink is like dousing your fries in ketchup. Mere condiments! Whenever looking for a cafe, I first review their menu to see if other options... Is this really something we're talking about right now? Okay, if I had to describe our shared reaction to what we just heard, I'd have to go with wide-eyed bewilderment. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Went all that trouble to make you that tea, and you wanted me to go even farther? Yes, I realize it can be a bit of a hassle. Even in cafes that offer proper milk tea, it is always more expensive than simple tea with milk. It takes more time to prepare, surely, but why even bother creating a menu if you're not going to offer the highest level of quality? Well, we don't actually have a menu!
You little bitch.
Okay, so that's a side of her I haven't seen before. Alright, well, you're clearly a disturbed individual. Good to know. I'll write that down.
Say what?
As the days go by, I slowly but surely realize just how many of the characters that I am in association with are people that I actually want to be around. And it is a very small number. You were like a totally different person just now. Yeah, dang, you really went psycho there. I knew there was more to her when I first met her. Hate to have her as an enemy. Seriously, man, she's one scary chick. The dining hall doors flew open, and one of the late arrivals came storming in. But, bad news, everyone, there is a mystery afoot. Huh? Eh, what happened? It would seem Byakuya refuses to leave his room. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm just gonna call him Kaiba. I stood there passing his doorbell over and over, but he never showed himself. Maybe he just wasn't there.
I think maybe...
I'd like to think so, but I'm worried something might have happened to him. When he meant by that, he didn't have to say anything else. Everyone understood exactly what that might mean. No, he's totally fine. Look, I know, this ain't my first rodeo, okay? That guy, I don't know if he's gonna survive the entire game, but he's definitely not gonna die this early. It might be a good idea if we all split up and go look for him. Ah, I was just about to suggest the same thing.
What's your problem?
Stop trying to one-up everyone. Stop trying to undermine everyone. Criticisms, but nothing towards yourself. Okay then, I'll go check his room one more time. I'm just gonna keep on hammering that button until I get a response.
Well then.
Very well, then the rest of us can go check the rest of the building. Yeah, before it's, too late. Oh, dang. What a shame. We wouldn't want to lose Byakuya. Anyway, we just have to do our best to find Byakuya. So where are my Byakuya? I've gone. Seriously, stop saying his name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe you should go to check out the second floor of the school again. And yeah, you're just gonna stand over there. That's cool. I'm gonna slowly back out. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Let's see here. How does one activate the map? There's the map. Alright, so I'm gonna take a random guess and say that this fellow is more than most likely at the library. He kept going on about how interesting it was, so that's probably where he is.
Hey.
And if I had to guess, he's probably just avoiding us for the sake of avoiding us. Like I said, he's kind of got a Kaiba thing going on here. He looks like the type to call everybody a nerd herd. So, you thought to come here too. Eh?
So...
If you think about what Byakuya was so interested in yesterday, you can probably guess where he is right now, right? What was it he was interested in again? The library, you dinkle. My goodness. Things are not as hard as he seems to think they be, huzzah! When I opened the door to the library and looked inside, I cried out in sudden surprise. Kaiba? It's perfectly fine. Of all the things I had imagined, this most definitely wasn't one of them.
What are you doing?
I'm fishing. What does it look like I'm doing?
Zing!
I'm trying to read, so if you could be quiet.
Oh, sorry. Wait, no!
My goodness!
What are you doing here? Everyone's super worried. We've all been looking for you.
For reasons that I'm not entirely sure of.
Who asked you to do that?
The other guys, basically.
Because we're all supposed to meet up in the morning and eat together. We made a promise.
And in just a moment, he's going to say that he never did such a thing.
A promise? Can't I get a second's peace and quiet around here?
Well, I imagine you've been sitting here for a while. He snapped his whatever, and slowly stood up, smooth and silent as some sort of horrifying shadow. And here he's gonna be a really angry, snippy little jerk. Meanwhile, the others have heard me yell and started showing up one after another. Byakuya, so this is where you've been hiding. What the heck are you doing here, man? We were very concerned. Well, you had no reason to be, I was just reading. I've never read such a coarse novel before, but it might just prove useful at some point.
Well,
What were you reading? A mystery novel. Wait, so you're gonna use what you're learning in there to betray us? Don't be stupid. Yeah! It's just something to keep in mind. Yeah! What? Look, Makoto, if you seriously didn't think that he's referred to this as a game. He's obviously a high-functioning sociopath.
Naturally.
If I decide to fight, of course, I'll come up with something original. Otherwise, this game of ours will be totally boring, right? See? There we go. It's not often you get to take part in such a high-stakes, high-tension activity. So if you're going to do it, you have to make sure it's entertaining. His words sent a chill down my spine, because for some reason I didn't anticipate it. There was an undeniable smile on his face as he spoke. It looked like he was actually enjoying himself. Probably because he is. Enjoying this deranged killing game.
Damn
Oh boy, and here it comes. But it is a game. It's a game of life or death, which can only have one winner. That's all there is to it. He is right. It's a zero-sum game.
Are you okay?
It is part of a game theory, a mathematical model. In game theory, too easy references too easy, what we are going through now is called a zero-sum game. In this type of game, in order for one person to gain something, another must necessarily lose something. In other words, it's a situation in which participants must compete for positions or resources.
I see.
You mean like a kind of elimination match?
Actually,
Entrance exams, sports tournaments, job openings, most social interactions fall into this category. Everyone must scramble to obtain something which is limited. For you to succeed, someone else must fail. This also applies to the school life we have been subjected to here. In this case, our limited resource is that only one of us can successfully become the Blackened.
So, in other words...
So this game was designed from the beginning to force one of us to try and defeat all the others. That can't be what they had in mind. No, it most definitely is. Have you, like, listened to a single sentence out of Monokuma's weird bear head? I mean, dude, seriously. I am really starting to wonder how I would fare in this type of situation. I imagine I'd probably try and play nice with everybody as best I could and probably end up as a murder victim. That's my best guess. This is why adaptation is so crucial. If those who want to escape were to disappear, there'd be no reason to continue playing the game.
What?
But why would I want to stop playing? It's so much fun. Highly functioning sociopath! The smile was filled with evil intent, as if he were some sort of horrifying Grinch creature. It sounds as if you do not acknowledge even the possibility that you may lose, am I right?
Naturally.
Of course, because I am a snippity-whippity ding-dong. You do not speak like others, exactly what I would expect from the Togami heir apparent. It's just normal arrogance, isn't it? Yeah, it really is.
just a second.
You talk like that, but what if you end up dead?
Not possible.
I won't. It simply isn't possible.
You son of a bitch!
Who the donk do you think you are? You know, I still just can't believe it.
What?
Believe what? That an uneducated, brain-dead, useless piece of garbage like you has survived this long. Yes, please. Get into a fight with the one person who I think might actually be capable of ripping a person in half.
Piece of shit!
Well, that would certainly be doing a lot of people some favors.
Don't make me repeat
Like I said,
myself.
I won't die. I keep saying that, but do not bother arguing with him. For him, the concept of losing simply does not exist. He is the ultimate affluent progeny, after all. A boy raised to succeed from the day he was born. He considers victory his destiny, and has lived his life accordingly. Tests and challenges are merely ways for him to stand victorious, even if it is a life and death situation. My god, he really is just Kaiba, isn't he? Is that not so? Kaiba? At least one of you seems to understand.
Isn't it wonderful?
It is because I am the same as you. Games are meant to be won.
That's enough.
Are you trying to suggest we're on the same level? Close that vulgar mouth of yours. Well, I do apologize. Anyway, let me just say this to all of you. You'll need to try harder. If an opponent isn't going to give it their best, where's the fun for me?
No,
That's a terrible way to look at it.
What?
it's because...
This isn't a game. Our lives are on the line, you know? To kill your own friends is... And 3, 2, 1.
It's horrific.
I mean, yeah, okay, but I'm talking about how he's very clearly about to bring up that. There you go. We're not friends. No, quite the opposite. We're in competition. We're enemies. But you know...
What?
But what? Stop trying to force your contradictions on me and just accept what I'm telling you.
Um,
Yeah, he's trying to tell you that he's a terrible person. What's hard to understand about this, Chihiro?
Come on.
Yes, if you have something to say it. Otherwise, keep your mouth closed.
I'm sorry.
Man, you are a major pain in the butt. My god, leave her alone.
Stop fucking around.
You get off on bullying people that can't fight back. Don't try that on me. So you're back to pretending to be friends, huh? And how long do you think that's going to last?
Piece of shit!
Until all of the extraordinarily egotistical or awful people on this entire ensemble of characters are either dead or, I guess, put under the judgment call? I mean, I'm gonna say it right here, right now, alright? I think that if Celeste, Byakuya, and Toko... Yeah, if those three weren't here, I'm pretty sure we would have all been able to work together pretty easily by this point. Even Mondo, with his freakishly hot-headed temperedness, is still trying to figure everything out and like help people. So, yeah, honestly, the only thing stopping people from not dying is the fact that you guys are still around.
What?
Is that all you can say? It's unfortunate you would waste your breath on such empty gibberish.
You son of a bitch!
Just a second.
Hold on, just calm down.
Piece of shit!
I am calm! How is this calm? Anyway, I don't have any intention of working with the rest of you any longer. To cooperate during an elimination game is, well, frankly, it's a waste of time, and I hate wasting my time. Waste of
Not
time.
possible.
Engaging in friendly group meals is out of the question. Someone could easily poison our food. I'd rather not become part of the Last Supper just yet. Wow, he's got like a messiah complex on top of everything else. Quit talking like you're in a movie or something. All I'm saying is that ultimately you are all free to do whatever you want on your own. Goodbye. Without a second glance, Byakuya left. There wasn't anything we could do to keep from going. His way of thinking was just beyond anything the rest of us could even comprehend.
But
Was he serious about all that? He was, without a doubt.
don't fuck with me.
Well, to hell with him then. But what he said, he might not necessarily be wrong. See, that's why I included you too. This is why I included you. I mean, can you say for sure someone won't poison our food? See, it's those seeds of doubt that are going to ultimately lead in more unnecessary bloodshed. Hey, come on, you too, Toko.
Anyway,
Well, it's not like anyone would care even if I was gone, right? I mean, honestly, at this point, nah. I mean, honestly, I think it would only help morale right now. Actually, I bet all of you want me gone. You don't think I'm disgusting. No, I don't think you're disgusting. I think you're annoying, aggravating, and a terrible human being, but you're definitely not disgusting. Then again, you don't shower, so you know what? Maybe you are.
I'm telling you.
I know some people like to play the victim, but this is just totally out there. You think I don't know, but I do. You want me gone. And I'm sure the rest of you want the same thing, don't you? If you're gonna keep on going on about this sort of thing, then yes. Just let her go. Once she gets going like that, there's nothing you can say to bring her back. She is another high-functioning sociopath. Make a theme song out of that. Ultimately, our breakfast meeting came to an end without answering any questions. Everyone headed back to their rooms. Jeez, I'm tired already. But I don't have time to take even one day off. I need to get myself going. Oh, free time. Alright then, well, I do have objects that I'm pretty sure I know would go favorably with certain characters. The problem being, the majority of them are characters I do not wish to associate with. So that could be a problem. Okay, well, let's take a look. There we go, map. Sorry, getting readjusted to all the things. Right, there's you. Definitely staying away from that gigantic twine ball of crazy. Alright, anybody else up here? Nope. Alright. I'm looking for, I guess, about 4 people specifically. The ones that I actually think I can trust. Some of them, I mean, I guess there are some characters that are in a middle ground right now, but I guess if you're asking me who I 100% trust that are on my side and don't want to hurt anybody, first and foremost, gotta go with Chihiro. I mean, she is a bunny rabbit given human form, essentially. Let's see. Definitely not you, man. I'm gonna put you on my trust list. I mean, there's only one of 2 different ways that you could possibly turn out. You're either on the up and up and truly trying to help everybody, or you're playing the long game, getting underneath everybody's good graces, and then ultimately just kind of, I guess, you know, betraying us in the end. But I don't think that's gonna happen. In fact, I think, you know what? Let's actually talk to her. Let's hang out with her. See what's all up in her brain. Anyway, the other 2 I trust are Hina and Sakura, I think. I know that wasn't Sai, because she's dead now. I have to put all my energy into watching out for myself. I don't have time to worry about anyone else. Should I talk to her for a while? I'm gonna go ahead and say, sure, why not?
Correct.
You want to spend time with me?
However,
But I don't have anything to say. Are you okay with that? I mean, hasn't stopped anybody from hanging out before. Spend some time in silence. Yay! I don't really think I have anything that would appeal to her interests, so now. Ominous music starting back up. That's always a good sign. Are you scared, Makoto? Huh?
hey,
Being trapped in a place like this. Who wouldn't be? Of course I'm scared. Being trapped in this insane school.
correct.
Ah, that's good. That's good?
So,
Fear is proof that your imagination is functioning. Frankly, I feel bad for anyone who can't feel fear. Well, yeah, that would imply some serious upstairs problems. Without imagination, you can never deduce which action to take next. But what about you? You seem totally calm. You don't act afraid at all.
wrong.
I'm scared too, of course. I simply hide my emotions. There's no advantage to be gained from letting others see how you feel. Totes detective. You hide, huh?
Correct.
What I mean is, I'm not as foolishly open as you are. Foolishly open?
Listen,
Also, the fear I experience is a little different from yours, I imagine. What do you mean?
so,
You're afraid of what you might lose, right?
Correct.
But I'm afraid of what I've already lost. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I know. She didn't bother answering any further, she just turned away and goodbye. With that, she was gone. Well, we're still just getting to know each other. Maybe we'll talk more next time. I don't think I understand her at all yet. Oh, yay, it's been upgraded, and my skill points are better, yay! Once we were all done, I headed back to my room for a little while. More free time, or are we done? Done like a form of dinner. Duh, there's still plenty of time left. I can't just sit around. Should probably head out. Alrighty then, let's see. Well, I know for a fact that I've got a swimsuit, and I can't imagine, at the very least, I can't imagine Hina not wanting it. So, I guess I'll talk to her next. I'm not entirely sure how much time you really get to be able to talk to people. Not to mention the fact that everybody can just straight up die at any moment, so... I mean, really, it's kind of a crapshoot at this point. Like, just, you know, stake your claims and hope nobody you care about dies. Assuming anybody from this thing survives. Hopefully it doesn't end on such a depressing note. That would be, like, upsetting. The key is not the will to win. Everybody has that. It's the will to prepare to win that's important.
Yeah.
That's a quote from the famous basketball coach Bobby Knight.
Okay.
I'll take your word for it. So it's like, we have to work hard, you know? I mean, I guess out of every single person that I've met up to this point, Hina and Chihiro, I guess they're the only two I'm 100% on would not... They won't end up killing anybody. They might end up getting killed themselves, but I don't think they would ever hurt anybody. Which means I trust them, which means I'm sticking around with them for as long as I possibly can.
Okay.
I was thinking of going to the pool for a quick dip. You should come with me. And then I did. I went for a swim with Hina. Yay! And I grew a little closer today. Would you like to give her a gift? I guess. What would you like to give her? Let's see if I can find that. So, are all of these objects things that somebody would want? Because I'm finding a few of these. Like, who wants this? Who wants this? Good lord. Either way, if you don't want this, I can't think of anybody else who would. Yeah, how thoughtful. This is why I like you, Makoto. I mean, not not that kind of like. Aw, that's adorable. Seeing Hina so pleased with something I gave her makes me happy. Is something wrong, Hina? I've reached my limit.
Just a second.
I'm stuck in here, can't do any sports, can't do anything. I'm sick of it. I want to get out into the sun and do some laps, run a marathon. I want to do some real sports. Some stream sports. Hina, calm down, okay? I can't do anything in here. If I can't move around, I'm gonna die, like a bunny rabbit. But I always heard rabbits die from loneliness. Whatever, I'm gonna die if I can't get some proper physical activity. Don't you think that's a little extreme?
What the heck?
You think I'm kidding, don't you? But I seriously can't sit still, you know? Why else would I have joined 6 sport teams in school? Damn! 6!
That's right.
Yeah, track, basketball, softball, volleyball, tennis, and the big one. The big one? She got to her main sport but ran out of juice. I think it's gotta be bouldering going home. No, it's most likely swimming. Your main sport is swimming, right? Yeah, you got it. I don't even care which stroke it is. Just get me on in a pool under the blue sky. But isn't it hard to do that many sports, even for you?
Well...
If I can't move, I'll just shrivel up and die. I need a challenge. More and more new stuff to try. A challenge?
'Cause, I mean...
What I really love about sports isn't winning, you know? It's having to fight and struggle and give it all you got to reach to the top. It's that excitement, that fear that you might suffer a heartbreaking loss.
But...
When you finally reach that goal, it's just lonely. It's lonely at the top, you know? I never really got into sports, so I couldn't really relate to what she was talking about. I mean, what she's saying doesn't have to apply strictly to just to sports. But I could tell that the reason Hina was so amazing was how hard she could fight and struggle. So that's why I want to push myself as hard as possible when it comes to swimming. I want to aim for the very highest mountaintop. The highest mountaintop?
Okay.
I'm talking about the gold medal, of course. Aim for the gold, and even if that means I'm a super gold spaz. Did she just call herself that? But okay, but if that's what you want, isn't that all the more reason? If you have a goal, why are you standing around making excuses?
Huh?
Excuses?
Just a second.
Hey, when did I make any excuses? Sure, maybe we're stuck in here right now with no way out, but if you really wanted to make an effort, shouldn't you try to see what you can do in here? That's a challenge! You just made an official challenge!
Yeah, totally.
Well, you are asking for a challenge! challenge, but I think you're right. If I want to get the gold medal, I have to make every effort I can. I want to become a genius of effort. I bet Ian Thrope said something like that.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, but I'll agree. Yeah, I can't go around making excuses just because we're stuck in here. Alright, I think I'm gonna go do some push-ups in my room, like maybe around 1,000 or something. Almost before she was done talking, Hina took off like a bat out of hell. She recovered exactly as fast and strong as I would have expected. And there you go. More skill points, if only I had more things to equip. Once you're all done, you head back to the room. I like to think something resembling progress took place today. And the dinging, the constant dinging, the only thing that I can't skip is the sound that drives me insane. Blah, 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 nobody cares about Monokuma or his stupid face. Yes, yes, alright, good night, sir. Another day gone, but even today is over. This game definitely isn't. How long is this gonna keep going? Probably too long. Probably too long. All that stress and anxiety kept me from falling asleep until late in the night.